What's going on, guys? Giaquinto here, and welcome back to another episode of Essential Things and Where to Find Them. In today's video, we're going to look at joining the Darkwraith Covenant way earlier than you normally would be able to. This is done through an early method. I just want to say that doing it this way, you have to kill a specific NPC, and not only that, you potentially, or I should say no, you're guaranteed to miss out on a cutscene with Sif, the Great Grey Wolf, after completing the DLC and then challenging Sif later on, because we need to defeat Sif early. So this early method can be done by accessing the forest and buying the Crest of Artorias for 20,000 souls. Going through the door and following my character, we have the door that leads to the Great Grey Wolf Sif boss fight. From here you can take him out, and I just want to quickly mention that if you're a returning player and you're here for just memory refreshment, feel free to open the description and click the timestamps. Otherwise, you're going to follow my advice from here. So once we get the ring to traverse the Abyss, which is a requirement for accessing the Darkwraith Covenant early, we're going to need Transient Curses. One can be found in that jar, in that last clip with New Londo. The second one, right before the Capra Demon, if you make a right and follow my character up and out, you're going to gain access to a merchant and a shortcut to Firelink Shrine. She sells a limited amount of Transient Curses, but you can pick up more through the engagement with Ghost in New Londo. It's a fairly common drop. I wouldn't say it's completely consistent, but you should be able to pick some up and get through here pretty okay. Just keep in mind that you'll be doing this at extremely low level, chances are, so these ghosts are going to be a little more difficult to deal with, and you're going to follow my character all the way through. Because again, to get this key, we're going about this early. He would normally give this to you if you completed a central point in the game, but being that we're doing this early, killing him will actually get him to drop the key. This is the flood key that will flood New Londo out and give us access to the lower areas. So through following my character, once we go out the building, we gain access to the seal. By pushing this seal, the water is then drained. Once the water is drained, you're going to proceed to take an elevator down from the previous room where you pushed that seal. From here, we outlook into the Valley of Drakes. There is actually a shortcut through the forest. If you go through Darkroot Basin and follow my character all the way down and out, you're going to have access to a bonfire. Once you get to that bonfire, I highly recommend you, if you have the right of kindling. I touched on that in my first episode for Dark Souls Remastered. You're going to kindle that bonfire to plus 15, because you're going to do a lot of fighting from this point on. That elevator will take you out to the Valley of Drakes, and basically, from the bonfire, up the elevator, and across the bridge, you will be back to where you left off. From here, you're going to go up the ascending steps, and then you're more or less just going to follow my character in these series of clips. There's going to be a despawnable blob ghoul enemy. You're going to take him out. If you take the pathway left towards the back wall, that elevator leads to a shortcut that can be accessed through Firelink Shrine. You can take this elevator down, and that'll lead back to where we were in that last initial room. Taking the door to the right is going to give us the very large Ember, which we can use to make our weapons plus 15. So you can actually get a plus 15 weapon before Anor Londo, as early as Zen's Fortress, once you gain access to large Titanite shards. So making a right, once you go back into the main room and coming out into this open waterway, you're going to run into more Darkwraith enemies. Darkwraiths have a chance to drop Titanite chunks. I just looted a chest behind an illusionary wall. And then coming out into one more opening, we have another despawnable blob enemy along with some ghosts. So just do yourself a favor and pop a Transient Curse right after you loot the very large Ember chest. Now you know that the curse is active if it's silhouetted on your screen, just like it is here on mine. If those hands are bright white, that means that it's inactive and you need to use one to engage with ghosts. Coming up on this corner, as a human, you can summon the witch Beatrice for your fight against the Four Kings. Make sure you put the Covenant of Artorias ring on before running down the stairway and jumping down the hole. She decided to go gung-ho, so she got vanquished before we could even start. I ended up killing the Four Kings without her, so I missed out on her armor set in the Valley of Drakes, but no big deal, I'll get a next playthrough. Now, if you don't feel confident against the Four Kings, and you've already been to Zen's Fortress, and you're a good way through the game, your weapons are already upgraded with large Titanite, you can take the very large Ember to Andre Vestora and upgrade your weapons from the plus 10 to the plus 15, just to give yourself a extra DPS boost. Again, you're doing this early. There's no pressure. Keep that in mind. If you're doing this the normal method, I just want to say, do not try and join the Darkwraiths while in the Princess's Guard Covenant, because Kath will disappear. He'll see you, he'll see that you're with who in his eyes is the enemy, and you'll miss out on your chance. So in defeating the four kings, we're going to see the mysterious figure in Koth appear along with the bonfire. Sit at that bonfire and talk to Koth and see what he has to say.
Greetings, undead warrior. I am the primordial serpent, Darkstalker Koth. I can guide thee and illuminate the truth. Undead warrior, conqueror of the four kings, is this not your wish? To know the truth of men and the undead? A wise choice, undead warrior. Prove you must that the truth becomes you. Seek Londo and claim Gwyn's heirloom, the Lord Vessel. Now, go, undead warrior. Show the world that the truth becomes you. If you wish, I shall grant the art of life drain, the legendary power of the Dark Lord. It can preserve your humanity while undead, and cast off the shackles placed upon your brethren.
So from here, we've officially become Darkwraiths. Congratulations. Now, he does sell cracked red-eye orbs for a fairly expensive price. I just want to say that I highly recommend you just come back down here with 10 humanity and activity in the Covenant. By offering him 10 humanity in total, I had already offered him 4 before this clip, he will offer you the red-eye orb. With this orb, for as long as you are a human through reverse hollowing, you can invade an unlimited amount. And even if you die after a failed invasion, you will still return to your world as a human. The only thing that you need to do is pick up your souls upon death. So that is really cool, guys. I mean, that's unlimited invasion. And then finally, the last thing I want to say is, make sure that once you're progressing through the main story and you do complete Londo, you take the Lord Vessel to Koth, and not the other serpent, who I'll show you on the screen. Because if you give it to this guy here, Koth will disappear. Now, I don't know if you lose your membership along with him disappearing, but if you leave the Darkwraiths, for say, you won't be able to rejoin because Koth won't be around. Keep in mind, if you're not a Darkwraith, you can't use the red-eye orb. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoy your time in the Darkwraith. Happy invading, and I'll see you next episode.